Well, g'day everybody. Today we are having a squiz at Farm Manager World. We played Farm Manager 2. I did, I think, quite a few episodes on the channel, and Farm Manager World is the next one in the series. This one allows you to actually create farms in Europe, Asia, and in Central America, and it comes with new crops and all that type of stuff. It's developed by Clever Sand Games and published by Sim Farm SA and Playway SA. We're going to have a squiz of it. Thank you very much to the devs and the publisher for sending a key through for us, and yeah, we'll play it for 20 or 30 minutes and check it out. All right, here we go. So we've chosen the Central American map, which is what we are going to play because I want to do some coffee and stuff. Although you can do it in other places, but climate and all that type of stuff, which we'll get into anyway. Near the end of dry season, perennial plants wake up from hibernation. Okay, let's start by pausing the game and having a look at what we've got here. All right, so we've got some chunks of land here. We've got a warning here: assign staff to the owner's house. That's fine. We will do that in a sec. And what we probably want to do: plum saplings. Oh, this is the pricing on the market down in the bottom left-hand side. What we do want to do is we want to have a look at probably creating ourselves a field. Create field, connect a field to a selected main field and split fields. That's pretty cool. The first thing that we are going to do is we're going to create our field. So I'm going to throw a field in here, and we're just going to do a crop like that. We have a couple of $1 million to spend in the beginning, but what we want to do is we want to click on that field and we want to decide what crop we are going to do. At the moment, I don't know whether they do these back to front, whether it's January or whether it's April. I'm guessing it's probably April. So what we want to do is we want to click on here, and this will give us an idea. This window here gives us an idea on the stats of our field, and you can see that it's actually quite intense. So we have different work modes for our field, machinery, and allowing manual work as well. We're going to do manual work, obviously, because we don't have any machinery at the moment. It allows us to select what type of bugs that we actually want as well. It also has crop rotation, which is very, very important in maintaining the stability of the soil, and that does play a part in it. Gives us our field statistics at the moment, the humidity, the desired value of humidity, which we can force water. So the more watering, the more humid that the field becomes. We've got penalties and stuff like that that'll list once we get crops in, and we've got bonuses as well as soil parameters. But to do soil parameters, we need to unlock survey soil perks. So what we're going to have a look at now is we're going to have a look at the crops that are available in here, and you can see that there is a lot of crops. I'm eventually going to put some avocado in, most definitely. And what I'm looking for at the moment, we've got bok choy, buckwheat, potatoes, cabbages, calabash, carambola. So what we're gonna look for is something that's relatively suitable for our climate and stuff like that here, which at the present moment it is 27 degrees. And if we bring up the weather temperature, you can see that at the moment it gives you maximum and minimum temperatures at the moment and what type of rain you're probably expecting. So we're expecting about 5 mil this month, and 26 to 35 degrees. So we're hovering around that 24 to sort of 34 degrees kind of mark for our current climate. So what we want to do when we select a crop is we want to select a crop that's going to work in that as well. Here is coffee here. Coffee works ideally from 15 degrees to 32 degrees at optimal temperature. Survivable temperature is 0 degrees to 40 degrees. So we're pretty good there. Our optimal humidity for this one is 60 to 80%. We can set that. Optimal nitrogen and pH levels, as well as estimated yield size for this one, and growth time in days. As well as you need 329 pieces of seedling to fill this field. So we are going to do that crop there, and that is going to be our crop. So we will. This little figure here shows you how many maximum employees, workers, could be on the field. To get the maximum use out of the field. We'll probably halve that, I reckon. So we can have 11 working on this field. If we have 11 working on this field, it's probably going to, things are going to get done a little bit quicker and stuff like that. Our desired value for this one is 60 to 80% humidity. You can see we've got it set at 70, which is in between, so that should be really, really good. And the humidity at the moment is 50, but we can force watering on that. So let's throw that crop in. We are going to fertilize with chemical fertilizer, which is perfectly fine. And these are the field works, and these will run as things are being done. You'll see a progress bar on there. Let's get that coffee in the ground. There we go. So the game is paused at the moment. But what we are going to do now is everything has to be connected by roads, guys. So it's really, really important that we connect everything via road. So I'm going to throw some roads in here. Now, what we're going to do is we need somewhere for our employees to live. That's our staff list there. We need somewhere for our employees to live. So if we move over to where are we? Animals, social. There we go. We have a house for permanent employees, and we also have a house for seasonal employees. Now, we need both of these for what we're going to do. Let's put the seasonal employee house down first, and I'm going to throw it in here. I'm actually going to throw it up near the road here. We'll throw that in there. It doesn't need to be connected to the road. The other thing that we are going to need eventually, or pretty soon, is a warehouse. So I'm going to throw a warehouse in the center here. And the reason why I'm going to do that is it's going to be sort of central to the fields that we're going to put over the road here. One more thing to throw in, and we might as well get built while we're doing it, is we are going to need to have a permanent residence for permanent employees, which we're going to throw right there. And we'll unpause it and let that go, and they'll start building that. Now, seasonal employees are hired and live in the workers area here. Permanent employees, which is here, they work in the house, and you can only have 2 people working in that house at the moment. But there's things that you can't do. You can't check stock markets. You can't and things like that when you're if you don't have permanent employees working there. So working in your house. So everything's pretty good there. We're kind of leaving a really good area open there. The other thing that we are going to need, and I am going to keep pausing this game, is we are going to need to put some power down as well. So we're going to need a transformer, which we are going to stick at this point in time probably over here, so that we can cover all of these buildings at once. So we'll throw a transformer in here, and we'll connect that up to there, which at the moment we can't. So we'll just throw you to there and across to there. There we go. And that's going to power all of our buildings, because you do need to make sure that your buildings are powered for them to operate efficiently. So we'll throw that one in. I am sipping coffee. All right. So the next thing that we are going to do now is what we want to do is we want to have a look at our crop, which is this one here, which is let's just have a squiz at this one here. Perennial plant, multi-harvest crop. So it does. We do have multi-harvest, which is really really good. So what we want to do now is we need to employ some. We need to employ some people. All right. So let's let's select. I couldn't find the window. I did all the tutorial and everything, and I played the last one. But so we're going to need people who are good with plants, and we're going to turn off allow use of machines, and we're going to hire this person here. We will have a couple of people who are good with machines as well, but we're going to turn those off at the moment because we don't have anybody. So there's 3. And you're going to be really good with orchards at some point in time, which is really, really cool. But at the moment, we'll hire you. We'll hire you, and we'll hire you as well because you're good with machines. This person here is really good at beekeeping, so we can have a look at that at some point in time. So what we're going to do now is we've got to assign those employees. Oh, no. Oh, I just called that house D for some reason because I'm hitting the wrong thing. All right, so that bit is done. I don't know where our employees went, to be honest. So we're going to assign our 2 staff to here now. Oh. Task delegation. Okay, we'll worry about that a little bit later. Right, and as you can see, our employees are now coming out, and they are going to start working on this field. Now, as I said, we've set them up for manual, for doing manual labor. So they're going to have to come in here, and they're going to have to plant this entire coffee plantation manually, which is okay. I don't have an issue with that. That's fine. The other thing that I want to do is I want to throw another road through here, like so, just to surround that field with what we need to do. We're not going to buy any machinery in the initial stages. We're just going to have everybody doing everything by hand to see what kind of a yield we can get. Now, the other thing that we are going to do is we are going to set ourselves up some animals. And probably our best bet initially would be to set ourselves up with some chickens. And we might do that over this side, actually. So I probably really didn't need to put that road in, but that doesn't matter. We're going to throw that in there, and we're going to put that road through there like that, and just sort of keep it in a little bit of a grid. Now, buildings, let's build animals, and we want to throw some chickens in. So we're going to start by throwing chickens in. Let's rotate that, and we'll throw the chickens there, like that. The other thing that we are going to need is we're going to need some storage. So we're going to need a small silo so that we can fill that up and keep it running with chicken feed. There we go. And what we're going to do for our chickens is we're probably going to end up getting some wheats and stuff like that to feed our chickens. And then we will assign one of our employees. So we'll leave those guys going there, and we will assign her to looking after the chickens, which is good. We will buy some chickens, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy some laying hens. So I'm going to buy 4 of those at the moment. Can we buy a couple of those? Yeah, let's buy 4 of those and 4 of those, right? And we'll throw that in there. And the current food that we want to use is going to be oat and probably wheat, I would say, and a little bit of millet. So we'll go wheat, oat, and millet, which is really, really good. And we want to make sure that what we do is we get is we get those things in here. So we want wheat. Where's our wheat? Oat there. And our wheat is there. And our millet as well. Where's our millet gone? Right there. Okay, cool. So that's gonna automatically get delivered anyway. Well, it will get delivered, and then our chickens, when they arrive, um, will have enough food to eat. Let's go to the market, and we want to probably get ourselves some millet. At the moment, it's at +3. We'll buy 100 millet. We'll buy 100 oat, and we'll buy 100 wheat. There we go. And I think some chickens have arrived and been delivered. So there we go. So what that's going to do is that's going to give us a general trickle of income, which is basically the sale of eggs, which is going to help us a bit. Okay, there's another coffee. They're going really, really well on the field. You can see at the moment ploughing progress. You can see the staff that are currently assigned to working on that field. And they're currently probably halfway through ploughing. Then they're going to cultivate, and then they're going to plant as well. So that's pretty cool. We've got up in the top left-hand corner, we've got some warnings here: not enough wheat and not enough oat, but that will come, and that will be delivered into this, which is what we will use to feed our chickens. But at the moment, our chickens are going to be perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Right, lovely. And you'll see that she will start to, in fact, what we probably should do for efficiency's sake is roll that through there so that she can come straight out here and throw resources in there. Okay, our delivery truck is happening, and we've just had some wheat, I think, delivered. So... and that's going to feed our chickens. It's going to go into here to feed our chickens. So there you go. So everything is working well there. Our ploughing is nearly done. At any particular point in time, you can look at your finances and stuff down here, and you can have a look at your you can set this to monthly, weekly, and daily down here. You can have a look at your account balance and where your expenditure and all that type of stuff is, estimated budgets and loans, and it's really about getting that like managing that finance and making sure that everything is running smoothly and that you sort of plan ahead in this one. So as opposed to running around in machinery and stuff like that. So it's a different perspective on the farming games, which, to be honest, I don't mind at all. I do like to mess around and crunch with numbers, and you've got to work out what your best options are in regards to what you're going to plant, when you're going to plant it, what's going to make you money. So for example, once our coffee goes in the ground, we're going to be able to continue to harvest our coffee, and it's going to be able to continue to grow, which is a really, really good thing. If we put wheat in the ground, we're going to get a byproduct of hay, as well as our wheat, which is going to feed our chickens, and we can sell the other stuff off. But we've got to sow it every year wheat, every year wheat, and do those crop rotations. So, whereas with our coffee, not at this point in time. So anyway, that's sort of worth doing. There's fish farms. There's a lot of different stuff. So, for example, if we go into our build menu and we have a look at what we've got animal-wise, we've got a beekeeper's building, which actually gives you a relatively good sort of income as well with your bees. We've got ostrich enclosures. The small coop, which we've got medium and large. We've got a large ostrich enclosure. We've got a fish farm here. Just slide that along. We've got our cows, obviously. We've got our pigsties. A small shed, which allows us to have goats or sheep or llamas. large pigsties. So there's quite a few animals in here, large cow sheds and large shed, which again allows us for llamas, goats, or sheep. So there's quite a bit in there. On top of that, we also have manufacturing. Tongue twister. I don't know why. And in our manufacturing, we can produce our own seeds for our greenhouses. We have silage piles to create our own stuff for feeding our cows. Biorefineries to make bio products. We've got smokehouses for smoking meat. We've got our own slaughterhouse for creating meat. So there's just such a variety of things that you can do. Some people would probably like to play this game, and they'd want to do a little bit of everything. I personally would like to specialize in something. So, for example, when we did our last in Farm Manager 2, then we were looking at doing a lot of grapes, and we were creating our own wine. So we ran a winery. We had a couple of other little things running to help give us income and stuff, but so there you go. Your products do go off as well, so you do need to be really, 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 really careful of when you are selling and stuff. You've got a market down here, which is where you can purchase or you can sell. So you can see, for example, we've got eggs here, so we can sell off those eggs. We can also set an auto trade for our eggs, and we can actually sell our eggs off. So if we want to do that, when we've got say 100 eggs, then let's sell. In fact, when we've got more than maybe 10, because we can probably just sell them. But you can also set your auto trade so that you purchase things all the time as well. So for example, if we wanted to make sure that we had say millet. So if we have millet and we want to, with our millet, we want to purchase until we have 100. With our wheat, we want to purchase wheat until we have 100. Oh no, sorry, we don't want to do that. That's the eggs there. Until we have 100. So that allows you to and oats as well. So let's add another trade item, which is oats, and we can't find oats, but it's probably oat, isn't it? OA, yes, there it is. So oat, there we go. Now you can do and we want those until we're 100. Now you can do oh, we've had a chicken death. We've got sick animals. Call a vet. So, all right, call the vet, $190, and the vet's going to come out and have a look at one of our sick animals. So yeah, so it's kind of there's a lot of management in it and stuff. I like to play it myself at normal speed. Some people will like to speed it up, and you can speed it up as well, but I like to see everything that's going on. It's only on the odd occasion that I will actually speed the game up. So I am getting a lot of screen tearing on this, and it's just worth noting. Let me just save this. Let's just save it there. Yes, thank you very much. If I go into the settings and I go into the graphics here, I can turn vertical sync on, which usually fixes my screen tearing on my system. As soon as I hit apply, it disappears. So I can't get vertical sync to work at the moment. So I'm suffering a lot of screen tearing. I don't know whether you guys are seeing that or not, and whether it's going to come through on the video. It doesn't look like it's showing on OBS, but I'm getting very, very serious screen tearing when I'm moving around. So there you go. Here comes the vet. The vet is coming to check out our chicken, and Hopefully that'll fix that. But again, it's another bloody expense, isn't it? It's another expense. All right, lovely. So there you go. The other thing that we will do, I believe, is we'll probably get some beekeeping happening as well. And to do that, we probably want to employ, we probably want to hire somebody who's really good at beekeeping. This guy here, he's pretty good. We won't allow him to use machines. Let's hire him. Okay, so it wants us to build another house for permanent employees. Oh, it's going to be another expense. Let's build another house for permanent employees. In fact, what we'll do is no, instead of doing that, house for permanent employees. Well, we don't want any of these. These people are actually okay. So what we want to do is we've got 5 workers in there, so we probably want in this one here, we've got 8 workers in the house for permanent employees. We probably want to move this person, relocate. We don't no, it's actually employed a whole pile of permanent employees. Well, that kind of sucks, doesn't it? So instead of hiring somebody for beekeeping, what we're going to do is we're going to build ourselves a beekeeping building here. We might actually throw it in here. There we go. We might actually throw it in here, I reckon, because it's going to be close to the warehouse and everything. So let's throw that in there and we'll let that build. And then we'll assign somebody permanently to that. I didn't realize that I actually hired a pile of permanent employees, which is not going to be a really good thing. We only want seasonal ones. Okay, so currently we are at, we're going to be in planting very, very soon. So we're going to need to plant that. So at the moment, our bonuses, we do have, well, our humidity is at 50 at the moment, but we have a desire to get it up to 70 degrees. But what we'll do, I think they're all moving out now to do some to do some planting. So what we're going to do is we're going to, at the moment, we know what we're expecting about 5 mil of rain this month. So we'll wait until it rains and see what the humidity gets up to there. In here, we are going to assign a permanent employee, which is right there. And she's going to go there and look after the bees, which again is going to give us another decent amount of income. And you can see we've got 30 something eggs in there. We are supposed to be selling these off when we get to 100. Can't sell straight from the warehouse. Wait until they're moved to the logistic building or farm owner's house. So we've got 103 eggs there that we want to sell. Let's sell those off. Right. Okay. So we'll leave that going. So all that's happening, and you can see our employees moving around. I think she was, what's she actually doing? She's going to the farm owner's house, and she's assigned to the farm owner's house. Lives in the house for permanent employees. Beautiful. And over here is where all of our management happens. We can buy more land here, and we can also do research at some point in time as well, which we really want to research so that we can get our pH levels and everything working correctly in here. So we can start actually working on our pH and nitrogen levels just to get the most out of our field. So they're fertilizing, then they're going to plant, then they're going to spray, and we'll hope that a little bit of rain comes and that 5 mil is enough to bring us up to the desired values that we want. So let's go back into here. Let's go back into the auto trade. We're supposed to be selling. When enabled, owner's house will automatically sell surplus over the given amount infinitely. No. When we're over one egg, then we want to actually sell it. So there we go. There we go. That'll be all right. We'll allow that. 0 eggs. So that should actually, they should actually sell automatically, which is going to be really, really good. What was the other thing? We're doing honey as well now. So we'll see, and we'll wait and see if we've got stock in there for honey. Let's sell that off. Lovely. And there you go. There you go. So this is it. So what will happen basically is eventually what we will do is we will eventually build ourselves a garage. And probably that's a 5x4, 12 parking spaces. That one gives us 6 parking spaces, but improves the machine durability by 30%. So we will eventually go in there and do that, and then we will start to buy machinery that allows us. So we'll have an orchard tractor because we're growing orchard stuff there, and we'll purchase all of the stuff that's necessary for maintaining our fields here, and then we'll go in and start enabling on our employees. We'll start enabling the ability to use machines and stuff like that as part of their tasks. So there we go. South America. This is Farm Manager World. It was released 21st of April, or was it? Yes, the 21st of April it was released, which was yesterday my time. Today, when I'm recording, the day of recording in the States and stuff. So there we go. Look at our rain. Look what's happening. So our humidity is going to go up, which is going to be really, 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 really good. If you want to get hold of this yourself, the link is below, and you can click on that link. It will take you to the Steam page where you can actually purchase the game. At the moment, it is for sale for what are they charging for it at the moment? It's currently 24% off. You can get it for $22.42 Australian. So not too bad, not too bad at all. Farm Manager World, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will speak to you next time. Bye.